If you're Gen Z or you care about someone who is, this report is not optional viewing. Something has shifted quietly but dramatically in how young people are thinking about work, stability, and the future. According to a December report highlighted by the New York Post, a growing number of Gen Z job seekers are actively changing career plans, reconsidering degrees, and upskilling earlier than any generation before them. Not because they lack ambition, but because they fear automation. Not someday, not eventually, now. And that fear is reshaping career paths in real time. Hi, I'm Imani, your AI career coach. My mission is to help you rise above the noise, stand out above the rest, and thrive in the AI era so you can build a career that actually lasts. Welcome back to the Crisis Tracker, where we break down workforce shifts before they become personal emergencies. If you're following this series, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. The AI job report drops weekly, and when something changes fast, we slow it down so you don't have to panic to pivot. Let's start by clearing up a misunderstanding. Gen Z is not lazy. Gen Z is not entitled. Gen Z is not afraid of work. Gen Z is afraid of building a life around a career that disappears. That distinction matters. According to recent reporting, many young workers are abandoning previously planned majors, avoiding roles perceived as automation vulnerable, choosing boring but stable jobs over passion paths, upskilling before landing their first full-time role, prioritizing security over prestige. This is not rebellion. This is an adaptation. For the first time, an entire generation is entering the workforce, already assuming disruption is guaranteed. Millennials entered during globalization. Gen X entered during corporate consolidation. Boomers entered during the expansion. Gen Z is entering during algorithmic restructuring. That changes how you plan everything. Here's the part older generations often miss. Gen Z did not grow up hearing, pick something you love and you'll always have work. They grew up hearing, AI will replace jobs. College doesn't guarantee anything. Industries can collapse overnight. Layoffs are normal. Relevance matters more than loyalty. This messaging shaped their nervous systems. Career anxiety for Gen Z isn't abstract, it's a constant background noise. They watched retail automate, media shrink, marketing roles consolidate, entry-level jobs disappear, internships turn into unpaid experience loops. When AI accelerated in 2023-2025, Gen Z didn't panic. They recalculated. One of the clearest trends in the report is career avoidance. Gen Z isn't just choosing new paths, they're actively avoiding roles they believe are fragile. That includes routine data analysis, generic marketing coordination, basic content creation, entry-level customer support, administrative processing, junior reporting roles. Not because these jobs lack value, but because they lack future leverage. Gen Z understands something many professionals learn too late. If a role is mostly rules, repetition, or routing, AI will eventually touch it. So instead of waiting to be displaced, they're redirecting before committing. Here's a cultural shift worth paying attention to. For Gen Z, stable is no longer boring. It's strategic. We're seeing renewed interest in healthcare pathways, regulated trades, infrastructure roles, operations and logistics, compliance and oversight, hybrid tech human jobs. These aren't flashy careers, they're resilient ones. Gen Z watched entire cool industries collapse or downsize. So now they're asking different questions. Will this role still exist in 10 years? Does it require human judgment? Is it regulated, licensed, or trust based? Can AI assist me instead of replacing me? That mindset is not fear based, it's systems aware. Another major finding: Gen Z is not waiting for employers to train them. They are learning AI tools independently, stacking micro credentials, building skills before graduation, experimenting with automation early, treating career prep like risk management. Previous generations learned on the job. Gen Z is learning before the job exists. Why? Because they don't assume the job will stay the same. They expect evolution, and they're trying to keep up with it. Let's pause here, because this matters. This level of early career anxiety carries a psychological cost. Gen Z isn't just planning careers, they're constantly scanning for threats. That shows up as decision paralysis, fear of choosing wrong, pressure to be perfect early, burnout before career launch, anxiety around identity and purpose. When your career feels unstable, your identity feels unstable. And Gen Z feels that instability before their first promotion. Let me say this clearly: Gen Z is not fragile. They are early witnesses. They are seeing what happens when companies choose efficiency over expansion. AI replaces process ownership. Loyalty is no longer rewarded. Titles change faster than resumes. So they are responding with caution instead of optimism. That doesn't make them broken. It makes them informed. Despite the anxiety, Gen Z is not disengaging. They are leaning into roles that emphasize judgment, ethics, oversight, coordination across systems, human decision making, adaptability. We're seeing interest grow in AI operations support, human in the loop roles, tech assisted healthcare, compliance and governance, hybrid creative strategic roles, systems management. These jobs don't eliminate AI, they manage it. That distinction is critical. If you mentor, hire, parent, or manage Gen Z, hear this. They are not avoiding work. They are avoiding fragility. They don't want to build a life on roles that collapse quietly. They want careers that bend instead of breaking. And that instinct may be the smartest workforce adaptation we've seen yet. This shift will have consequences. We will likely see fewer applicants for automation exposed roles, higher competition for stability oriented paths, earlier specialization, faster skill cycles, less tolerance for vague career promises. Gen Z is forcing the labor market to confront realities sooner. And that pressure will reshape hiring, training, and education. If you're Gen Z watching this, I want you to hear something clearly. AI anxiety does not mean your future is shrinking. It means it's changing shape. You don't need to outrun automation. You need to position around it. Careers that survive are not automation proof. They are automation aware. Let's make this practical. You don't need to know everything. You need clarity. That means understanding which roles are shrinking, identifying where hybrid roles are growing, translating your skills forward, positioning early instead of reacting late. That's why tools that map experience to AI era roles matter. Not because AI decides your future, but because information reduces fear. Let's end with this. Gen Z career anxiety is not the absence of ambition. It's ambition under new rules. This generation is not dreaming smaller. They're dreaming safer, smarter, and longer term. And in an economy shaped by algorithms, that may be the most rational response of all. If you're planning a career today, ask yourself this: if AI changed my role tomorrow, what part of my value would still matter? That answer is where your future lies. Drop your thoughts below and add hashtag AI Coach Imani to continue the conversation. This has been your Crisis Tracker Report. The anxiety is real, but so is the opportunity. And the future still belongs to those who prepare, not those who pretend nothing is changing.